This is Phil Togo, and you're watching the Agri-Food Safety Minute, the web series designed to get you one step closer to GAP certification. Today we're going to be talking about 4 policies in particular that need to be taught as part of your worker training program. Also, they need to be enumerated in your GAP manual. The first policy we're going to discuss is an eating and smoking policy. Eating and smoking cannot take place within the production area. You either need to designate an area somewhere on your farm as a break area, or you need to instruct your farm workers to take their breaks on the field perimeters. In either case, you want to make sure that you specify this in your manual and in your training. The second policy that is pretty important is a glass policy. Glass is a potential contaminant of produce. Therefore, allowing glass containers or glass jars into the production area poses a food safety risk. It's important for you to codify the prohibition of glass jars and glass containers in your worker training and in your GAP manual. The third policy that needs to be discussed is harvest containers. All harvest containers need to be double-checked by farm workers before they're filled with produce. This is kind of a double-check step in the sense that your produce containers should have already been washed and sanitized prior to them coming into the production area. The final policy we're going to discuss is actually the use of harvest containers. Farm workers need to be aware that harvest containers are only to be used for harvest and to put produce in. You may wish to designate certain harvest containers for individual farm workers to put personal items in or things that they're carrying into the field to help them do their job. If so, they should be clearly marked, and how you mark them should be written into your GAP manual. You can find sample language in the guidance document that accompanies this episode. Thanks for joining us this week on the Agri-Food Safety Minute.